9 videos and 9 ways on how to use AI in your property business. And this video, we're going to be covering how you can pick a strategy. If you've been online at all, you're probably super confused. Should you be doing rent-to-rent, HMOs, BRR, commercial conversions? The list is endless, but you can use AI to assist you with this decision making. And I've built out a model which you can literally just copy and paste and get AI to support you on the decision on what you should be starting, relevant to where you are in your properties journey, according to your skill, money, and geographic location. This is video number 2 in this series of how to use AI. So make sure you go back and watch video number 1 if you haven't seen that already. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Harvard remote property investor, and I've been using AI to be able to invest remotely over 4 hours from where I live. I've built a multi-7-figure property portfolio. I've been involved in property since 2009, and AI has enabled me to invest whilst I travel the world and ultimately to live on my terms. So let's just dive straight in. But before we dive in, what is the best strategy? So when I actually got started, I didn't know how to pick a strategy, but back in 2009, I didn't have the bombardment of information of what we've got today, which is brilliant in one sense, but also a bit of a negative in another sense, because we get this paradox of choice and we get analysis paralysis by overthinking, should it be this one or that one? But then when I started straight off at the top with development. So this is what I call the property delta matrix. I'll get it up on the screen. And a delta is a triangle in ancient Latin, if you're wondering. At the bottom, you've got buy-to-lets, and at the very top, you've got development. And in between, you've got HMOs, service accommodations, commercial conversions, and commercial buildings. But imagine it like this. Imagine if you wanted to be a Formula 1 driver. You do not jump in a Formula 1 car straight away. You start off by driving go-karts, then go to Formula 3, then Formula 2, then to Formula 1, and you build your way up. So what I'm going to get you to do is open up ChatGPT, and I'm going to get you to do this prompt here. What I will do as well is there's a free training that goes along with this, and in that training, this copy and paste prompt will be actually underneath the video in there. It's in a free school community, free training, so you can copy and paste this, or you can just screenshot it here and just use it from this screen. But this is the prompt that you're going to give ChatGPT. I want you to act like Harvey Grove Properties, because it will go online and find the loads of videos that I've done of this, and identify me the best property strategy for my current situation using the property delta matrix. Here's how the property delta matrix works. So you're going to train it on how it works, and then it's going to go off and find some videos on me. So then I'm not going to go through every line of this, but you can screenshot this bit by bit. But basically the fundamentals behind it is the higher you score to 10 when you score yourself. So you do need to go through this and then score yourself, but the higher you score to 10 on each one of these questions, the higher you can jump up this delta matrix and quicker you can jump up. And property's got this weird thing. People online seem to think, well, usually gurus and coaches seem to think if you pay them a ton of money, you'll be able to skip all of these steps. Now ask yourself a question. If you jumped in a Formula 1 and you've never even done a driving lesson before, never even been in a car before, and you think you could navigate that around a track? If the answer is no, you're probably right, because you'll crash it. They're so powerful. You have to build into this. And development is very, very, very similar. The reality is, even if you've got a lot of money and a lot of experience, but you're lacking confidence and time, then you still need to either stay more of a lower level or outsource it and pay somebody else to do it for you. But what this will do is it will spit off, if you put this in there, this will spit you off suggestions based on your current circumstances. So go through this, answer these questions, then press the green arrow in the corner, and it will start giving you suggestions. Will they be highly accurate? No, but it will help you with some thought process, and then go backwards and forwards and brainstorm with it. Tell it more about your situations and your circumstances, the capital you've got, and more detail about your experience. Have you ever done a large refurbishment, maybe on a HMO, and you're thinking about doing a commercial conversion? I've got coaching clients and they get access to me one-to-one, and they ask me questions, and the guy was asking me about developments and what's my advice and what's my thoughts around them. And I said, my thoughts is you shouldn't do them until you've got experience and bank for that. And even as a deal sourcer, he's thinking about flipping these on. As a deal sourcer, you still have to have a base understanding of what you're selling on. And without actually doing a development, like a buy-to-let, you can get a base understanding of a refurbishment. It's pretty straightforward and fairly simple. That's why it's at the bottom of the delta, and it's your foundation to learn. However, all the complexities of planning, this is what I call out. So the first deal I ever done was a development, and all the complexity of planning and the consultants and architects, first of all, if you've never done it before, overwhelming. So I went to auction, I put my hand up once and the hammer went down and I had this piece of land. I'd never even done a refurb before, but I thought I was Billy Big Potatoes and I could take this on, and I was wrong. That deal ended up costing me tens of thousands of pounds out of my pocket, and hundreds of thousands of pounds in opportunity costs. lost, because the same buy-to-let properties I was buying just after that, which was very simplistic, have gone up in hundreds of thousands of pounds of equity and have earned me tens of thousands of pounds in rental income. So it wasn't just the money I lost, it's the opportunity cost that I lost by pursuing something and realistically being greedy. But I thought I'd jump to the top, and I'd never dealt with an architect before, never spoke to a builder before. And when I started doing this, what happened is on this Delta matrix at the bottom, what I've got is courage, confidence, conviction. How good are you convicting out of your comfort zone? And anything you do for the first time is going to be unfamiliar to you. Anything that's unfamiliar to you is going to be scary to 9 out of 10 people. Don't get me wrong, everybody's different. This is why I use the Delta matrix to test where you should be in the journey. And this is what we're going to do with AI. As I said, I'll give you a prompt. You can help with this decision making in a second. But before we get to that, let me finish this. So I bought this piece of land, and ultimately, even as worst thing as well, is one of my friends who is got a mastic company. So he's on building sites all the time. He's not a bang on builder, but he's got a lot of money. He's got experience. He's a good businessman, wanted to come in on it. And I was like, no, I'll do it on my own, because I see pound note signs and greed, basically. I couldn't deliver on it. What happened is the more I found out about this, there was ransom strips with this, loads of complications with the planning. The more I got into it, the more it overwhelmed me. The more I got overwhelmed, the less I done. Luckily enough, in between, I've done some buy-to-let. So I kind of parked it in the background and actively procrastinated, which is you get yourself busy with something else and pretend, I'll get back to that when I've got time. Luckily, the act of procrastination was on buy-to-lets. And in between, I'd done 5 buy-to-lets, and then I ended up selling that at a massive loss. What you need to do is make sure you do a strategy that is relevant to where your experience is, what capital you've got, what network you have, how much time you've got, and how much courage you have as well. And courage is different in all of us. Some of us are just naturally born fearless, and some of us really are overthinkers. So you have to play this into consideration when you're building out your strategy. When we was kids, we went over to this pit where we swum, and it had this massive cliff, and it took me half hour to build up confidence to jump off this cliff. Most of my friends didn't ever jump off of it. I had a friend that looked at it once, within a minute just jumped off. Some people just fearless. If that's you and you can handle a lot of pressure and stress, you can jump up this Delta matrix a hell of a lot quicker. If that's not you, cut your teeth at the bottom. It's not sexy. It's not going to get you financially free in 3 simple steps, sitting on beaches with beautiful women or beautiful men bringing you cocktails and fanning you with £50 notes at a click of a finger, but it's going to build you the skill and foundation. And if you're going to mess up on a refurb, which I am pretty sure you will, you're better off messing up on a 10k refurb, going at 10-20% of your estimation, which is about £1,000 to £2,000, which most people can navigate this challenge by maybe just putting it on a credit card or just 1 or 2 months savings from their work. Then going 10 or 20% out on a large HMO, which is 100 grand, or a large development, which is £500,000. Just do the math. And I'd love to hear in the comments, how many have done more than one refurb that's never gone over budget? And again, think about the stress levels what it'd be. Even if you raised other people's money or got started with no money down, all these gurus said, imagine playing with other people's money, doing hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of refurbishment, which you're a personal guarantee and your house is on the line. Like seriously, just start smaller unless you have got the fundamentals of handling lots of pressure and stress. But anyway, as I said, click the link in the description. I've also got 9 ways on how to use AI email series. There's plenty of free resources in there, or if you want to work with me, there is a link in there how to do that. Or if you want to join on a live Q&A call, there should be a link in there, because I run live workshop each week with the updates we're using with AI. Make sure you watch this video next, which is going to be the next one in the series. If it's not been released yet, make sure you watch the last one. And hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you get notified every time we release these series. We've got 9 videos and 9 ways on how to use AI in your property business.